All right, this is gonna be your elevated pigeon stretch. So for the elevated pigeon, we need a few things. You can use an elevated surface like a box. Box works great because it's got 3 different heights. You can also use a bench, like a bench press bench, works just fine, or some kind of stool. And then secondly, it's good to have a yoga block or something to elevate the knee. For some people, it can be heavy on the knee to have it resting on the surface. And so in order to prevent any knee pain, what we're gonna do is use a yoga block. So try it out for yourself first. When you give this a try, first start with the block, maybe on the higher elevation. And if you don't feel anything, go ahead and come to the lower elevation. If that feels good, then go ahead and just do it flat on the surface. But definitely I want you to start off with the knee elevation just to be safe. Secondly, depending on what you're using, I'm using a box. The wood hurts my ankle here when I've got my leg on the surface. So I put a yoga mat there. You could put a towel, a blanket, anything like that. Just make sure you're comfortable. You don't want to be thinking about your ankle when you're trying to stretch your piriformis. So the pigeon stretch is a piriformis stretch. So when you're performing this move, you should feel it somewhere in this ballpark. Somewhere here, it'll be a deep stretch. You'll know when you hit it because it's a pretty intense, interesting sensation. All right, so we bring our leg up. We rest our knee on the yoga block. And now, important point here, the foot. The foot has to be either in line with the knee or just slightly in front of the knee. What you don't want is your knee to be, your foot to be on the inside of the knee. You see here how there's an angle? We don't want that. You want them to be in line, and this is what's going to ensure you get the stretch in the piriformis. This is really important. Now from here, there's 2 different movements that we can do. We can do pigeon squats, which look like this, where we just come right down. Sorry, I'm a little too far on here. Let me come onto the edge. It's good to be on the edge just so that your legs don't get it, the box doesn't get in the way. So pigeon squats, we'd get onto the pinky toe of the back foot so that we have square hips. We try to go into an anterior pelvic tilt as much as possible. And maintaining that anterior pelvic tilt, we can come down, trying to maintain the weight on the front foot. As much anterior pelvic tilt as possible, straightening the knee at the top. So that's the pigeon squat. I started with my hands overhead and no weight, but if you feel good and it's not too intense and you feel like you can handle some load, go for it. Start off with a lightweight, maybe 5, 10 kg. You can build up to 20 kg barbell. Just it build up over time. Test the waters first. The second movement that we can do is the pigeon good mornings. So the pigeon good mornings, same setup, hands overhead, except now we're gonna lead with the chest in different directions. We can lead with the chest down straight. I'm even leading with the chin to go as far forward as possible. We can come down in the direction of the knee, and we can come down in the direction of the foot. You want to try to maintain as much anterior pelvic tilt here, but it's okay, you will get rounding. See, some rounding's fine here, no problem at all. And just like the pigeon squats, you can also use weight here. Start with no weight, play with it if it feels good. Move to weight, you can go up to using the barbell as well. So that's the pigeon squats and the pigeon good mornings. Go ahead and follow the one that's prescribed for you in the program. Looking forward to seeing it.